quick question: which one is your favorite? I know it's probably a loaded question. Do you prefer
Mine?
1 or 2? Yeah.
Okay.
And guys in the chat too, just answer right before we depart from here. You guys prefer 1 or 2?
So I don't
I know
know if I prefer one, but like one of them, but I really. So the first moment when the second one came out and you like sit back down in the cinema, and I went to an IMAX screen and you hear the music come in and then you see the mist, you know, and you're back in that world.
Yeah.
That moment was the best moment for me. That's like number one. I don't know if I prefer one of the movies, but definitely in terms of watching experience,
Yeah.
I prefer that. Which is why I'm grateful that we're getting a third one as well.
Yeah.
Because I can re-experience that moment. But then, yeah, I don't know if it's about preference. It's more about like, it's like with your children, you love them equally but differently.
Exactly. I think for me, what it is, I would say 1, but I think it's not completely fair because, in a way, because to me, I think the reason it's that is because to me, it's more of a complete story in terms of like much more goes on. When if you really look back at Avatar 2, like not a lot, and we don't really explore, but not to the sense once we left 1, we really got a sense of the forest. We really we were there during the training montage with Jake. You kind of got to see a lot of it where we even just pointed out we didn't really even see inland, like the islands of the Metkayina, you know what I mean? So we just kind of saw
That's probably
the
because
ocean and everything.
2 and 3 were supposed to be one movie.
That's
So
what I was gonna say. Where it's not completely fair, and also because I love the ending of 1. That battle is one of my favorite in like movie history. The battle is like incredible. Whereas I think now looking back, Avatar 2's final battle was more kind of like a little skirmish.
The battle, I have a lot of thoughts about that.
And then, and my main complaint is like, where did the Metkayina go? Because like they all charged on their skim wing, and you saw them for maybe a split second where you saw Tonowari have some action, Ronal, a couple other Metkayina, and then everybody's gone. And then all you get at the end is it becomes very intimate between Jake, Quaritch, and then like just on the sea dragon and everything. But everybody else is just like, where did everybody go? like guys, like it wasn't completely over yet. But like you said, it's not completely fair because initially 2 and 3 were one big movie.
Yeah.
That they just realized, oh, there's way too much. So I think once we do watch 2 and 3, and then kind of be like, wow, if you did put both of those together, and even if you shortened it, that would have been maybe a better than 1. You know what I mean? I mean, look at the elements we're going to see already. A crazy fire clan, a wind traders. So I think my qualms with 2 would have been solved. But it's just like you said, or like we said, it's not fair because they were supposed to be one movie. So
I think the reason that I can't really choose between the movies is because in my head I see them as one story. But I can separate the watching experiences because obviously you watch them in different settings. I mean, I haven't done like watched them back to back.
I think I do have one more little complaint, and I swear, guys, like I love the movie, trust me. But it's if you do that, if you sit down and watch them back to back, they had a lot of callbacks in Avatar 2 to Avatar 1. Some instances where it was literally almost framed by like, frame to frame, almost like shot for shot, the similar things. Like to the point where I thought, to me, I hope that kind of just ends with 2, and we don't keep seeing those callbacks to 1. Or even to keep seeing callbacks to earlier movies as we keep going, because it kind of did take me out of some scenes, like Quaritch when they go to tame the Ikran. He literally has the same like the same camera angle and everything. He does the same kind of like shout or snarl that Jake does. The biggest one for me is when the Akula, like the shark thing, is chasing
Yes.
Loak. It's literally the Thanator chasing Jake. It's
interesting.
It's even to the point where Loak gets to that moment, that segment where like the shark can't come in and it's trying to get in there. It's when Jake goes into underneath the roots of the tree, and the Thanator is trying to claw its way and it can't get into the roots of the tree. They're literally so similar, where I'm like, man, I wish it would have been a little different, because now anytime I watch it, it just makes me think of the Thanator chase. You know what I mean?
Do you think they did that because originally it was one movie and then they had to separate it, and kind of because they separated it, make like filler scenes? Or
Oh,
like,
I guess you're right. Like they maybe had to come up with other action scenes, and I'm sure their mentality was, oh, it's been so long, so people would, they'll appreciate some of these callbacks, some a little more subtle than others. But I think now, once you have the movies, especially maybe new fans that now sit down and watch the movies back to back, I think it'll stand out more than if, oh yeah, I remember kind of seeing that movie 14 years ago that had something similar. I'm glad they're calling back to it. But now when you have them side by side and you can watch them whenever, maybe, I mean, it could be a me problem. Apparently it doesn't seem like it affected you.
No, not really. But I don't know. It could be symbolism as well, you know?
Yeah.
I'll watch them back to back at some point.
Oh, okay. So hey, it could just be me, and I'm like, more, susceptible to that. But I hope further movies don't keep doing it, because I want to just experience new Avatar scenes. You know what I mean? Like not ones that keep calling back to previous
I think
ones.
we'll get that in 3.
Yeah.
For sure.